Because life is brief and many are the pains which living and struggling everyone sustains. Let us follow our desires, passing and consuming the years, because whoever deprives himself of pleasure to live with anguish and with worries doesn't know the tricks of the world, or by what tales and by what strange happenings all mortals are almost overwhelmed. Too free from this weariness, we have chosen a solitary life, and always in festivity and in joy, young, graceful, and joyful nymphs are we. Now we have come here with our harmony, only to honor this glad festivity, and with sweet company, because we've been brought here by the name of Him who governs you, in whom can be seen all the goods gathered in the eternal countenance, for such heavenly grace, for so happy a state, you can be glad, rejoice, and give to the one who gave him to us.
God save you, kind audience, since it appears that this kindliness depends on our being agreeable to you. If you continue not to make noise, at least, we want you to come to understand a new case born in this city. You see the scene which is now shown to you. This is your Florence. Another time it will be Rome or Pisa, a thing to make your jaws break with laughter. This doorway here on the right is the house of a dottore who's learned in Boethius, a great deal of law. That street there, that's filled with the corner, is the street of love, where one who never falls rises again. Next, you'll be able to recognize from his frate's dress what sort of prior or abbot lives in the church, which is situated on the opposite side. If you don't leave here too soon. A young man, Calamaco Guardante, had just come from Paris, lives there, the door on the left. This man, among all other good companions, shows the signs and traces of carrying off with honor and prize for courtesy. A young woman, a shrewd one, was much loved by him, and by him was tricked, as you will later learn. And I would wish that you might be tricked as she was. The fable is called Mandragola. I imagine you'll see the reason when it's performed. The one who composed it is not of great fame, yet if you don't laugh, you'll be too happy to pay for your wine. A miserable lover, a not very astute dottore, an ill-living frate, a parasite, the darling of malice, will be your sport today. And if this material is not worthy on account of its being so light, of a man who wishes to seem wise and grave, well, excuse him with this, that he's trying with these vain thoughts to make his wretched time here more pleasant, because he has nowhere else to turn his face, for he has been cut off from showing with other undertakings other virtue, there being no reward for his labors. The reward he does expect is that everyone will stand aside and sneer, speaking ill of whatever he sees or hears. This explains without any doubt why in all things the present age falls off from ancient virtue. For what prevails is that people, seeing that everyone blames, they don't labor and strain to make, with 1,000 discomforts, a work which the wind will just spoil and the fog cover over. Yet if anyone thinks that by speaking ill, he can withhold the author by his hair and discourage him, or make him draw back a bit, I warn him. And to say to such a one that the author knows how to speak ill as well as he, and that this was his first art, and that in every part of the world where C is sounded, he doesn't stand in awe of anyone, even though he might play the servant to one who can wear a better coat than he can. But let whoever will speak ill. Let us return to our case. So as not to run over time too much, we shouldn't pay attention to words or esteem some monster he doesn't know, perhaps if he's still alive. Callimaco is coming out, and has Ciro with him, his servant, and he'll tell the order of everything. Pay attention, everyone, and don't for now expect any other summer. And with that, arrivederci.
Ciro, don't go. I want you for a bit.
Here I am.
I believe you marvel at my sudden departure from Paris. And now you marvel still, since I've been here nearly a month without doing anything.
What you say is true.
If I haven't told you until now, and I'm going to tell you, it hasn't been because I don't trust you, but because I judge it as well that a man not speak about those things that he does not want known, unless he's forced to. However, since I think I'll be needing your help, I want to tell you everything.
I am your servant, and servants ought never to ask their masters about anything, nor to look into their affairs, but when they are told about them, by them themselves, they ought to serve them faithfully. So I have done, and so I shall do.
Of course, I know it. Now, I believe you've heard me tell 1,000 times, but it doesn't matter if you heard 1,001, how I was 10 years old when I was sent by my guardians to Paris, where I've been for 20 years. And because, at the end of 10, there began with the March of Charles, the wars in Italy which ruined this country, I decided to live there, judging I could live more securely there than here, where I've been for 10 more years with very great happiness.
I know it.
Having divided my time, part to pleasures, part to studies, and part to business, and I arranged each of these things such that one didn't get in the way of the other. And so I lived most peaceably and quietly, managing to help everyone and not to offend anyone, so that I seemed to be agreeable to the middle class, to the foreigner, to the native, to the gentleman, to the poor, to the rich.
It is the truth.
But since it seemed to fortune I was having too good a time, she happened to make one Calfucci happened to come to Paris.
I'm beginning to guess your trouble.
This man, like the other Florentines, often dined with me, and it so happened one day that we got into a dispute about where the women were more beautiful, in Italy or in France. And because I couldn't speak about Italian women, having been so young when I left, some other Florentine took the side of the French women and Camillo of the Italian. And after many arguments were put forward on both sides, Camillo said, almost as if he were angry, that even if all Italian women were monsters, one of his relatives was enough to recover their honor.
Now I'm clear about what you mean.
And he named Madonna Lucrezia, the wife of Messer Lucia Calfucci. And he spoke such praise of both her beauty and manners that he left every one of us stupefied. And in me, he awakened such a desire to be with her that, leaving off all other considerations, not caring any more about the wars or peace in Italy, I set out to come here. Having arrived, I found the reputation of Madonna Lucrezia to be much less than the truth, something which rarely happens. I'm burning with such a desire to be with her that I don't know where I am.
If you'd spoken to me about this in Paris, I'd have known what to tell you. But now I don't know what to advise you.
I haven't told you these things because I want your advice, but to get them off my chest, and so that you'll be in the proper spirit to help me when the need arises.
For that, I'm completely prepared, but what do you have to hope for here?
Alas, not a very little. In the first place, her nature, which is extremely honest and always foreign to the things of love, makes war against me. She has a very rich husband, and one who in all things lets himself be governed by her. And if he's not young, he's not altogether old. She has no relative or neighbor with whom she comes together at the evening gatherings by which young women are usually entertained. Of the tradespeople, none of them comes to her at home. And she has no maid or servant who's not afraid of her, so there's no room for bribery.
What do you think you'll be able to do?
There is never anything so desperate that there isn't some way of hoping for it. And the longing and desire that a man has of carrying the thing through make it seem not so.
What do you have to hope for?
Two things. First, the simplicity of Messer Nicia, who, although he is a dottore, is the simplest and most stupid man in Florence. The second, the longing that he and she have for children. Having been married for 6 years, not having any, being rich, it's a desire they're dying of. There's a third thing, which is that her mother used to be good company, but she's rich, so I don't know how to handle it.
Have you done anything about it?
Yes, I have, but only a little thing.
What?
You know Ligurio, who always comes to dine with me. He was once a marriage broker, and later took to begging suppers and dinners. And because he's a pleasant man, Messer Nicia hangs around him, and Ligurio plays along. I've made friends with him, and told him of my love. He's promised to help me hand and foot.
Watch out that he doesn't trick you. These spongers aren't usually very faithful.
That's true. Nevertheless, when someone's got something going for him, you can believe when you inform him of it, he'll serve you faithfully. I've promised him, if he succeeds, to give him a good sum of money. If he doesn't succeed, he'll pick up a lunch and supper out of it, which I wouldn't have eaten alone anyways.
What's he promised to do so far?
He's promised to have Messer Nicia take his wife to the baths this May.
What's that to you?
What's it to me? Why, that place could make her change her nature. Because in such places they do nothing but party. I'd go there and bring every kind of pleasant amusement I could. I wouldn't leave out any sort of magnificence. I'd make myself the familiar of her and her husband. What do I know? One thing's born from another, and time governs it.
Not bad.
Ligurio left me this morning to go speak with the dottore and promised me he'd bring me back an answer.
Here they are, together.
I want to draw aside so as to hear what they have to say. In the meantime, you go into the house. If I need you for anything, I'll send for you.
I'm going.
I believe your advice is good. And I spoke about it with my wife last night. She said she'd answer me today. But to tell you the truth, I won't go there with advice.
Why?
Because I'm very unwilling to get off base. I'd have to move wife, maid, household goods. It doesn't square with me. Besides this, I spoke last night with several doctors. One says I should go to San Filippo, another to Beretta, another to Villa. And they seem to me to be so many big fools, to tell you the truth. These doctors of medicine don't know what they're fishing for.
What you said must worry you, because you're not used to losing sight of the cupula.
You're wrong.
Oh.
When I was younger, I was a great runaround. They never made a fair at Prato I didn't go to. And there's not a single village around where I haven't been. And I'll tell you more. I've been to Pisa and Livorno, I have.
Oh, you must have seen the Caracula of Pisa then.
You mean the Veracula?
Oh, yes, the Veracula. At Livorno, did you see the sea?
You know I saw it.
How much bigger is it than the Arno?
The Arno? It's 4 times, more than 6, more than 7, you'll make me say. And you see nothing but water, water, water.
I marvel then, at having pissed in so many snowbanks, you make such a fuss about going to the baths.
You have a mouthful of milk. Does it seem a joke to you to have to round up the whole house? However, I have such a longing to have children that I'm willing to do anything. But you talk about it with these doctors a bit and see where they advise me to go. Meanwhile, I'll be with my wife and we'll meet again.
Very well. don't believe there's a stupider man in the world than this fellow. Yet how fortune has favored him. He's rich. He has a beautiful wife, wise, well-mannered, and fit to govern a kingdom. It seems to me that proverb on marriages that says God makes men and they pair themselves off is rarely proven true. Because one often sees that it's the lot of a well-qualified man to end up with a beast, and vice versa, of a prudent woman to end up with a madman. But from this madness, this good can be gotten. That Kalimico has something to hope for. But here he is. What are you hanging around for, Kalimico?
Ah! I saw you at the Auditorium and was waiting for you to get away from him so as to hear what you had done.
You know what kind of man he is. The little spirit, less prudence, and he's very unwilling to leave Florence. But I warmed him up to it, and at last he agreed that he'll do anything. I believe that if this departure pleases us, we can lead him to it. And I'm not sure if we'll get what we need out of it.
Why?
What do I know? You know that all kinds of people go to these baths. It might come about that someone might like Madonna Lucrezia as much as you do. Who might be richer than you, or more gracious than you. So you run the risk of enduring this trouble for others. It might come about that having plenty of competitors might make her harder, or that being tamed she might turn to another, not to you.
What you say is true, but what can I do? Where can I turn? What course can I take? I've got to try something. Be great, dangerous, harmful, scandalous. Better to die than to live like this. I could eat. I could sleep. I could converse if I could take pleasure in anything. I would be more patient and wait for the right time. But there's no remedy here. And if I don't hold on to hope through some course, I'll die no matter what. And seeing I have to die, I'm not afraid of anything, but will take any course. Bestial, nefarious, cruel.
Don't speak like that. Curb such a precious spirit.
Ah! You see that by trying to curb it, I only feed such thoughts. So it's necessary that we either go through with sending him to the baths, or else we think up some other measure by which I might nourish myself with some hope, if not true, false, by which I might partly relieve my many worries.
You're right, and I'm willing to do it.
I believe it, even though I know the likes of you live by cheating men. Nevertheless, I don't believe myself to be in that number. Because if you did, and I realized it, I'd at once try and get revenge. And you would immediately lose the use of my house and all those good things I promised you for the future.
Don't doubt my faith, because even if the prophet I sense and hope for were not here, your blood is in accord with mine. And I desire for you to satisfy this desire of yours almost as much as you do yourself. But let's let this go. The Auditorium has commissioned me to find a doctor to figure out which bath would be good to go to. I want you to do it in my way, and that's to say that you're a doctor, and that you've had some experience with medicine in Florence. You'll easily believe it because of its simplicity, and because you're educated and can say something to them in Latin.
How will this serve us?
It will serve us to send them to whichever bath we want, and to take up some other course of action I have thought of, which will be shorter, more certain, and more likely to succeed than the baths.
What are you saying?
Saying that if you keep your spirits up and trust in me, I'll have this thing done for you before this time tomorrow. And even if you were not the man he is, and investigated whether you are or are not a doctor, shortness of time, the thing in itself, will keep him forever talking about it. Or he won't have time to spoil our design even if he did talk about it.
You're bringing me back to life! This is too great a promise, and you're feeding me too great a hope! What will you do?
You'll know when the time comes. We're going to lack time for doing, much less talking. You're going to go find the Auditorium, and if I bring him to you, go along with what I say and accommodate yourself to that.
Very well, although you're filling me with a hope I fear will go up in smoke.
Test love, your great power, hope in vain ever to do that which is the highest held in heaven, nor does one know how one lives together and dies, how one follows harm and runs from good, how one can love oneself less than others, how often fear and hope freeze and melt the heart.
As I've told you, I believe that God has sent us this man so that you can satisfy your desire. He's had great experience in France. But don't marvel at the fact he hasn't made a profession of the art here in Florence, because there are many reasons for it. First, he's rich. Second, he's about to return to Paris at any time now.
Now, brother, I wouldn't want for him to get me out into the woods and leave me high and dry.
Have no fear about that. Fear only that he won't want to take on this cure. But if he does, he won't leave it until he's seen it through to the end.
For that, I'm willing to trust you. But about his knowledge, I'll tell you myself after we've talked whether or not he's a man of learning. Because he won't sell me empty bladders.
Because I know you, I'm bringing you to him so that you can talk to him. And if after you've spoken to him, he doesn't seem to you, in learning, in speech, in presence, a man whose lap you can lay your head in, say that I'm not myself.
So be it. In the name of the Holy Lamb, let's go. But where is he staying?
He's in this piazza, in that doorway you see opposite you.
Be quick.
There. Who is it, John? Is Kalimico there?
Yes.
Why don't you say Maestro Kalimico?
He doesn't care about such trifles.
Don't talk that way. Do what you should. If he doesn't like it, let him loosen his belt.
Who is it that wants me?
Bona dies, Domine Magister.
Et vobis bona, Domine Doctor.
How does he seem to you?
Good by the apostles.
If you want me to stay here, you'll speak in a language I understand. Otherwise, we'll be making two fires.
On what good business do you come?
What do I know? I come seeking something that someone else would probably flee. That is, to make trouble for myself and for others. I have no children, and I would like some. And to have this trouble, I come to bother you.
May it never be disagreeable for me to do a favor for you, and for all good and virtuous men like you. And I haven't tired myself out for so many years studying in Paris than to be able to do anything other than to serve those like you.
Oh, comme merci! And if you have need of my art, I'll serve you willingly. But let us return ad rem nostrum. Have you thought about which bath would be best to dispose my wife to become pregnant? For I know what Ligurio here has told you. What he might have told you.
That's true. However, first it is necessary to know the cause of your wife's sterility, because there could be many causes. Nam causa sterilitis sunt, aut in semine, aut in matrice, aut instrumentis seminaris, aut in virga, aut in causa extrinsica.
This is the most worthy man one can find.
Other than this, the sterility could be caused by your impotence, and if this were the case, there wouldn't be any remedy for it.
Me? Impotent? Oh, you make me laugh! I don't believe there's a tougher or more robust man than I am in Florence.
Rest assured, if that's not the case, we'll find some remedy.
Now, would there be any remedy for this other than the baths? Because I don't want that inconvenience, and my wife would leave Florence unwillingly.
Yes, there is. And I want to answer that myself. You see, Kalimico here is so reserved that he is too much so. Haven't you told me that you know how to prepare a potion that undoubtedly causes pregnancy?
Yes, I have, but I hold back among people I don't know, because I don't want to be taken as a charlatan.
Oh, have no fear about me, for you've made me marvel so that there's nothing I wouldn't believe or do if you had a hand in it.
I believe it's necessary you see a specimen.
Yes! Nothing can be done without one.
Call Ciro, who will go with the dottore to his house for it. We'll be waiting in the house.
Ciro, go you with the dottore, and dottore, if it suits you, come back and we'll think up something good.
What? If it suits me, I'll return immediately, because I have more faith in you than the Hungarians have in their swords. This maestro of yours is a very worthy man.
More than you can say.
The King of France must hold him in great account.
Great.
And for that reason, he must stay willingly in Paris.
So I believe.
He does well to do so. In this town, there are none who aren't shit sticks. They don't appreciate any virtue. If he were to stay here, there wouldn't be a man who'd look at his face. I know how to talk about these because I've shit my guts out to learn 2 H's. If I had to make my living on it, I can tell you, I'd be out in the cold.
Don't you earn 100 ducats a year?
Not 100 lira. Not 100 grossi, even. That's because in this town, someone like us who doesn't have status doesn't have a dog to bark at. All we're good at for is to go to wedding parties or to funerals, or to be loafing about all day on the proconsul's bench. But I don't bother with any of that. I don't need anybody. Let those who are worse off than I am do it. But I wouldn't want it known that these were my words. Because if it were, I'd surely get some tax or some leak in my backside that would make me sweat.
Have no fear.
We're home. Let me go get the specimen and I will return.
Go ahead. The other dottore were like this one. He would take stones for ovens. Yes, for this wretch Ligurio and this mad master of mine are leading him to a place where they will shame him. And truly, I'd desire it if I believed it wouldn't become known. Because if it were to be known, I'd be in danger of my life and my master of his and his property. He is already a doctor. I don't know where I don't know what the design of theirs is, or where this trick of theirs is heading. But here is the dottore, with the urine bottle in his hand. Who wouldn't laugh at this big fool?
I have done everything your way. In this, I want you to do mine. If I had thought I wasn't going to have any children, I'd have sooner taken a country girl for a wife. Is that you, Ciro? Come along behind me. What labors I've had to endure to make this stupid woman give me this specimen. And it's not that she doesn't care about having children, for she talks about it more than I do. But whenever I want her to do the least little thing, I get a big story.
Have patience. With kind words, women are usually led where others wish.
What kind words? After she's worn me out, go fetch Ligurio and the maestro.
Here they are, coming out.
Dottore will be easy to persuade. The wife will make trouble, but we won't snag a way around this.
Do you have the specimen?
Ciro has it under his coat.
Give it here. Oh. This specimen shows weakness of the kidneys.
It does seem cloudy to me, and yet she's just made it.
Don't marvel at it. Nam mulieris urine sunt semper maioris, quam vivorum, quius autem in caetera, cosa est amplitudio canalium mixtio eorum, quae ex matrice exunt cum urina.
Oh, St. Puccio's pussy! This man's getting subtler and subtler between my hands. Look how he talks about these things.
I believe she might be badly covered at night, and for this reason makes cloudy urine.
She always has a good quilt over her. But she's on her knees for 4 hours stringing together our fathers before she goes to bed. and she's a beast for enduring cold.
In conclusion, Dottore, either I have a sure remedy to give you or not. Either you have faith in me or not. For my part, I'm willing to give you the remedy. And if you have faith in me, you'll take it. And if 1 year from today, your wife doesn't have her own son in her arms, I'm willing to give you 2,000 ducats.
Speak then, because I'm ready to believe in you more than in my confessor.
Now, it's necessary to think about this, that there is nothing more likely to make a woman pregnant than to give her a potion made from Mandragola to drink. This is something I've tested 2 pairs of times and always found true. And if it weren't for this, the Queen of France would be sterile, and countless other princesses of that state.
It's impossible.
It's as I tell you, and fortune has so favored you that I happen to have all the things that are put into that potion at your disposal.
When would she have to take it?
After supper, because the moon is well disposed, and the time couldn't be more right.
This won't be such a big thing. Get it in order, and by all means, I'll make her take it.
Now, it's also necessary to think about this, that the man that first has to do with her dies after 8 days, and there isn't anything all the world can do to save him.
Bloody shit! I don't want this sugar and vinegar. You won't stick it on me. You fixed me good.
Rest assured, there's a remedy here.
What?
Make some other man lie with her. Stay with her 1 night and draw off all the infection of the Mandragola to himself. Then you can lie with her without danger.
I don't want this.
Why?
Because I don't want to make my wife a whore and myself a...
What are you saying, Dottore? Oh! I don't have in you as wise a man as I believed. So you're telling me that you're not willing to do what the King of France and as many lords as in that state have done?
Who would you have me get to do this mad thing? If I tell him, he won't be willing. And if I don't tell him, I'm betraying him, and it's a case for the 8. And I don't want to end up in trouble there.
If nothing other than this troubles you, let me take care of it.
How will you do it?
I would do it in this way. I'll give you the potion, and you'll give it to her to drink after supper, and then put her to bed. That'll be about 10 o'clock. Then, you, Ligurio, Zero, and I will disguise ourselves, and we'll go through Old Market, through New Market, through places like these. And the first idle young fellow we find, we'll put a bag on his head, and to the sound of blows, lead him to your home in the dark. There, we'll slip him into bed next to your wife, tell him what has to be done. There won't be any trouble at all. Then, in the morning, wake him up, send him on his way, have your wife get up, bathe, and then you can lie with her at your pleasure and without any danger.
I agree, since you say that kings and princes and lords have taken this path. But for the love of the 8, don't let it be known.
Who do you think will tell?
One task remains, and it's an important one.
What?
To make my wife agree to it. Something I don't believe she'll ever be disposed to do.
That's true, but I wouldn't want to be a husband if I couldn't dispose my wife to do things my way.
I've thought of a remedy.
What?
By way of her confessor.
We'll dispose the confessor.
You, I, money, our wickedness, theirs.
I'm afraid that for anything I say, she won't be willing to talk to the confessor.
There's a remedy for this too.
Tell me.
To have her led to him by her mother.
She has faith in her.
And I know that her mother is of our opinion. Come on, it's getting late. The Dottore and I will go to her mother's house because I'm acquainted with her. We'll prepare her. You go prepare the potion and make sure we see you again at 8.
Don't leave me alone.
You seem scared to me.
Where do you want me to go?
Here, there, through this street, through that. Florence is so big.
I am dead.
everyone can see for himself how happy is he who is born stupid and believes everything. Ambition does not move him, fear does not impress. These are usually the seeds of boredom and pain. This Auditorium of yours, longing to have children, he would believe and ask flies, and he has forgotten every other good. Only on this has he set his desire.
I've always heard it said that it's the duty of a prudent person to take the best among bad horses. If to have children, have no other remedy but this one, you want to take it, if it doesn't wait upon the conscience.
It is so.
You go find your daughter, and Messer and I will go to Frate Timoteo, her confessor, and relate the case to him so that he won't come. You'll see what he says.
So what will be done? The doorway is over there. I'm going to find Lucretia and bring her to talk with Frate, no matter what.
Allegorio, you may marvel that it's necessary to make up so many stories to prepare my wife. But if you knew everything, you wouldn't marvel.
I believe it's because all women are suspicious.
It's not that. She used to be the sweetest person in the world, and the most easygoing. But when one of our neighbors told her that if she vowed to hear the first Mass at the Serwi for 40 mornings, she'd become pregnant, she vowed it and went for perhaps 20 mornings. Well, wouldn't you know, one of those big frati began to hang around her, and she didn't want to go there anymore. Isn't it bad that those who are meant to be giving us good examples are like this? Is what I say true?
The devil, it's true.
From that time till now, she's had ears like a rabbit. Whenever the least little thing is said to her, she finds 1,000 difficulties.
I no longer marvel. But that vow, how was it satisfied?
Oh, we had it dispensed.
That's good. But if you've got them, give me 25 ducats, because in these cases, it's often necessary to quickly make oneself the frate's friend and give him hope for the better.
Take them. This won't be such a big thing. I'll economize elsewhere.
These frati are cunning, astute, and it stands to reason, because they know our sins and their own, that one could be tricked by them and not know how to lead one to his purpose. Therefore, I wouldn't want you to spoil everything by talking, because someone like you, who stays in his study all day, understands the books, and doesn't know how to talk about the things of the world. This fellow is so stupid, I'm afraid he might spoil everything.
Just tell me what you want me to do.
Never speak if we don't signal you.
I agree. What will the signal be?
Close one eye where I live. Ugh, no. How long has it been since you've spoken to the frate?
Well, it's more than 10 years.
That's good. I'll tell him you've gotten deaf, and you won't ever answer or say anything if you don't speak loudly.
I'll do it.
Don't go.
Yes, I think we should.
If you want to confess, I'll do what you want.
Oh, not today. Someone's inside waiting for me. And it's enough for me to have unbosomed myself right here as it is. Have you said the Mass of Our Lady yet?
Yes, Madonna.
Now, take this florin. And every night, every Monday for the next 2 weeks, say the Mass of the Dead for the soul of my husband. Even though he was a big, nasty man, still, the flesh does pull, and I can't help but remember it when I think of him. But do you think he's in purgatory?
Without a doubt.
Oh, I really don't think so. You know well what he did to me sometimes. Oh, how I complained about it to you. Oh, Lord.
Have no doubt the clemency of God is great. If a man does not lack the will to repent, he will never lack the time.
Do you think the Turk is coming into Italy this year?
If you don't say your prayers, yes.
Oh, faith! God help us from these deviltries. I have great fear of that impaling. But I see here in church a woman who has some thread of mine, and I wish to meet her. Have a good day.
Go in health. The most charitable people there are the women, and the most annoying. Whoever avoids them avoids both profits and annoyances. Whoever deals with them gains both profit and annoyances. And so it is true what they say, that there is no honey without flies. But here are 2 men entering the church. You are welcome! Is that not Machiavelli that I see?
Speak loudly, because he's gotten so deaf that he no longer hears anything!
You are welcome!
Louder.
Welcome!
Well met, Padre!
How are things with you?
Very well!
Turn and talk to me, Padre, because if you want him to hear you, you'll have to fill this whole piazza with noise!
What do you want from me?
Messer Lucia here and another good fellow who you'll hear about later are going to have several hundred ducats distributed in alms.
Bloody shit!
Don't pay attention to anything he says, Padre, because sometimes it seems to him that he hears, but he doesn't respond to the purpose!
Then continue and let him say what he wants.
Do you know Camillo Calfucci, nephew of Messer here?
Yes, I know him.
About a year ago, this man went to France on some business of his, and not having a wife, for she had died, left his one marriageable daughter in the care of a convent, the name of which I don't have to tell you now.
What followed?
It followed that either through the carelessness of the nuns or the brainlessness of the girl, she finds herself 4 months pregnant. So that if this situation is not prepared with prudence, the nuns, the girl, his entire family will be disgraced. And the Auditorium regards this shame as so great that he has vowed, if it is not disclosed, to give 300 ducats for the love of God.
What chitter chat!
Be quiet!
What do you wish me to do?
To persuade the abbess to give a potion to the girl to make her miscarry.
This is something to be thought over.
Keep in mind in doing this how much good will come of it. You maintain the honor of the girl, of the convent, of her relatives. You restore a daughter to her father. You satisfy Messer here and so many of his relatives. You do as much charity as you can with these 300 ducats. And on the other hand, you offend nothing but a piece of unborn flesh without sense which could be dispersed of in 1,000 different ways. And I believe that good is that which does good to the most, by which the most are contented.
So be it in the name of God. I will do what you ask of me. And may it all be done for God and for charity. Now, tell me the name of this abbess, the girl, and if you wish, give me this money so I might start to do some good.
Now you seem to be that man of religion I believed you were. Take this part of the money. The name of the convent is... Oh, but wait, there's a woman beckoning to me in the church. Stay here, Messer Lucia. I want to have a couple words with her.
This girl, how old is she?
I'm bewildered!
I say again, how old is she?
God give him trouble!
Why?
So he'll have it!
I appear to be caught in a web, with a madman and a deaf one. One flees and the other doesn't. But if these are not fake coins, I will make out better than they will. But here is Ligurio returning.
Oh, Padre, I have great news. The woman that I was speaking to has just told me that the girl has miscarried, all by herself.
Ah, then these alms will go to the Gracia.
What do you say?
I say all the more reason you ought to give these alms.
Before the alms are given, I believe it's necessary that you do something else for the benefit of the dottore here.
What?
Something less burdenful, less scandalous, more agreeable to us, more profitable to you.
What is it? I seem to have contracted such an intimacy with you that there is nothing I would not do.
I want to tell it to you inside the church between you and me. If the dottore will agree to wait here, we'll return soon.
As the toad said to the harrow, is it day or night? Am I awake or dreaming? Am I drunk? Though I haven't had a drink yet today. Go along with this chitter chat? We no sooner agree to say one thing to the frate, and he says another to him. And then he tells me that I'm supposed to act deaf. But I'd have to stop up my ears like the Dane not to have heard the mad things that he said. And God knows to what purpose. I find myself out 25 ducats and my business hasn't been talked about yet. And now they've stuck me here like a fried cake on a peg. But here they are, coming back. Curse on them if they haven't talked about my business. Have the women come to the church, and if my authority means anything, we'll conclude this matter tonight.
Messer Nicia! Frate Timoteo is going to do everything! It is necessary to see the women come!
You remake me completely! Will it be a boy?
A boy!
I weep with tenderness. Go into the church and wait there. I will wait here for the women and make sure they do not see you. I do not know which has duped the other. First, this wretch Ligurio comes to try out that first story on me, if it did not succeed, they would not risk their second without profit. And he did not care about the first one. Nevertheless, I've been duped. But I will come out better than them on this. For both Messer Nicia and Messer Calimico are wealthy and in different ways. Either way, I do not regret it. Though I admit there will be some problems, as Madonna Lucretia is wise and is good. But I'll dupe her by her goodness. All women have few brains, and if one knows how to say 3 words, it's talked about the town. Because in the city of the blind, the one with one eye is Lord. Ah, but hear her and her mother approaching, who really is a beast, and will help me lead her to what I wish.
I believe that you believe my daughter, that I have seen her on as much as anyone in the world, and that I wouldn't give up anything else other than her. I have told you, and tell you again, that if Frate Timoteo tells you that there's no burden of conscience here, you may do it without even thinking about it.
I've always feared Messer Nicia's longing to have children with me has committed some error. Because of that, when he's spoken to me about it, I've been on guard and suspicious. Especially after you know what happened to me going to the survey. Out of all the things that have been attempted, this seems to me to be the most strange. Submit my body to this disgrace? To be the cause that a man might die for disgracing me? For if I were the only woman left on earth, and human nature had to rise for me again, I couldn't believe such a course would be allowed to me.
I don't know how to tell you so many things, my daughter. You'll talk to the Frate, see what he says to you, and then you'll do as you're advised by him, by us, and by whoever might wish you well.
I'm a sweat from what I'm going through.
You are welcome. I know what you wish to talk to me about because Messer Nicia has told me already. I tell you, I have been at my books for more than 3 hours studying this particular case, and I find things, both in general and specific, that work for us.
Do you speak in truth, or are you jesting?
But these things to jest about, Madonna. Don't you know me yet?
Padre, no. But this seems to be the strangest thing I've ever heard.
I believe you, but I don't want you to say so anymore. If only you must undertake this general principle, that where there is a certain good and an uncertain evil, one must never abandon that good in fear of that evil. There are many things that from far away seem familiar, unfamiliar, harmful, and strange, but up close are familiar, bearable. And this is one of those things.
God will it.
I want to return to what I said earlier, that you must not abandon the good for fear of that evil. Here is a certain, that you will become pregnant, that you will acquire a soul for our Lord. The uncertain evil is the one who will lie with you might die. But there are cases where it is found elsewise. But because there is that risk, it is best that Macedonia not run it. And to fable that this act is a sin, it's the will that sins, not the body. And it is a sin because you displease your husband. But in this you please him, taking pleasure from it but not in it. So it is said in the Bible that the daughters of Lot, thinking themselves alone in this world, lay with their father, and because their intentions were good, it was not a sin.
What are you leading me to do?
Let yourself be persuaded, my daughter. Don't you see that a woman who has no children has no home? Her husband dies. She's abandoned, left like a beast.
I assure you, it is akin to eating meat on Wednesday. It is a sin that goes away with holy water.
What are you leading me to do, Padre?
Something for which you will always have reason to pray to God for me. And something you will be much more happy about a year from now than today.
She'll do it. I will put her to bed tonight myself. What are you afraid of, sniveler? There are 50 women in this city who would raise their hands to heaven for it. Ungrateful.
I agree, but I don't believe I should be alive tomorrow morning.
Do not fear, my daughter. I will pray to God for you. I will say the prayer of the angel Raphael so that he may accompany on you. Now, go and prepare yourself for this mystery, for it is getting on toward evening.
Peace be with you, Padre.
Go in health.
God help me and Our Lady that I don't come to harm.
Licurio, come out here.
How's it going?
It is done. The mother said that she will put the daughter to bed herself, so you should have no issues.
Are you telling the truth?
Oh, well, you're cured of your deafness.
Saint Clement has been very gracious to him.
Well, then you ought to leave a votive image there, so I might share in your profits.
We're getting off into et cetera. Will my wife be disposed to do what I want?
Yes, I tell you, she will give you no issues.
I'm the happiest man in the world.
Oh, I can imagine. Soon you'll peck up for yourself a baby boy, and may he who has not have not.
You go to your prayers, Frate, and if anything else is needed at all, we'll come find you. You, Messer, go to her. Hold her firm in this decision. I'll go find Messer Calimico and have him send the potion order. Make sure I see you again at 7 in order to get what is needed to be done by 10.
Very well. Goodbye.
Go in health.
Yes, the trick is pleasant, finally brought to its desired and dear end. That strips others of worry and makes every bitter taste sweet. Oh, remedy high and rare, you show the straight path to wandering souls. You, with your great valor, in making others blessed, you make love rich. You conquer only with your holy counsels, stones, venoms, and enchantments.
I'd really like to hear what those fellows have done. Can it be that I might not see Ligurio again? It's not just 5 o'clock, it's 6. In how much anguish of spirit I've been, and still am. It's true that fortune and nature hold the account in balance. The one never does you a good thing, that on the other side, something evil doesn't turn up. The more my hope has grown, the more my fear has grown. Miserable me! Will it be possible for me to live with all these fears and hopes? I'm a ship tossed by 2 different winds that fears the nearer she is to port. The simplicity of Messer Nicia makes me hope. The foresight and fortitude of Lucrezia makes me fear. Woe is me, for I can find no rest anywhere. Sometimes I try to conquer myself, reproaching myself for this fervor of mine. I say to myself, what are you doing? Are you mad? When you have obtained her, what will that be? Shall you repent of all the troubles and cares that you've had? Don't you know how little good a man finds in the thing that he has desired when he has obtained it? But on the other hand, the worst thing that can come to you is to die and to go to hell. But how many others have died? There are so many good men in hell. Are you ashamed to go there? Face your lot, flee evil, but not being able to flee it, bear it like a man. Don't prostrate yourself, don't degrade yourself like a woman, until I take heart. But I stay happy for only a little while. Because from every side, such a desire to be with her just once attacks me, so that from the soles of my feet to my head, I feel completely altered. My legs tremble, my insides move about, my heart is torn from my breast, my arms give up their strength, my tongue becomes mute, my eyes are dazzled, my brain spins. If I could just find Ligurio, I'd have someone to get this off my chest to. But here he is now. This fellow's report will either make me live a little longer or die outright.
I have never wanted to find Calimico so badly. And I've never had so much trouble finding him. If I were bringing him bad news, I'd have found him at once. I've been to his house, in the piazza, in the market, to the Tornaquini Logia, at the spinning bench, and I still haven't found him. These lovers have quicksilver under their feet, and they can't sit still.
Why don't I just call to him? He even seems happy to me. Oh, Ligurio! Ligurio!
Oh, Calimico, where have you been?
What news?
Good.
Very good.
The best.
Lucrezia has agreed.
Yes.
And the the frate's done what was necessary.
He did.
Blessed frate! I'll always pray to God for him.
Oh, fine. As if God grants grace and evil things as well as good ones. The frate will want something other than prayers.
What?
Money.
Give it to him. How much?
$300.
Oh, you've done well.
The dottore has paid out 25.
What?
It's enough for you that he's paid them.
Lucrezia's mother, what's she done?
Almost the whole thing. As soon as she learned that her daughter could have this good night without sin, she never rested from praying, comforting, commanding Lucrezia. So much so that she led her to the frate, and from there worked it in such a way that she consented.
Oh, God! For what merits of mine do I deserve these good things? I could die of happiness!
What kind of a fellow is this? Now for happiness, now for sorrow. This fellow wants to die no matter what. Do you have the potion in order?
Yes, I have.
What do you send him?
A glass of Hippocras, just right to settle the stomach and cheer the pain. Woe is me! Oh me, I'm ruined!
What is it? What can it be?
There's no remedy!
What the devil is it?
I've trapped myself, I've blown myself up in a
Oh, why don't you say it? Take your hands away from your face!
Don't you see that I told the dottore that you, he, Ciro, and I would find someone and tuck him in next to his wife?
What of it?
What of it? If I'm with you, I can't be the one that's taken. If not, he'll see the trick.
What you say is true, but isn't there any remedy?
None that I can think of.
Yes, it'll be well.
What?
I want to think a little.
Well, that's just great. I'm on the cold now if you have to think it over now.
I've got it.
What?
We'll make the frate, who's helped us up to now, do the rest of this.
What will he do?
We'll make him disguise himself. We all have to disguise ourselves. I'll have him counterfeit your voice, your face, your dress, and the dottore will easily believe it.
I like it, but what will I do?
I count on you to put on a short little jacket, and with a lute in your hand, come near the corner of his house, singing a little song.
With my face uncovered?
Yes, because if you wore a mask, you'd get suspicious.
But he'll recognize me.
No, he won't, because I want you to twist your face, screw up your mouth, open or close one eye, grind your teeth, try a little.
Like this?
No.
Look at this.
Not enough.
Like that?
Yes, yes, that's it. Keep that in mind. I have a fake nose at home. I want you to stick it on.
Well, what will you do then?
When you have appeared at the corner, we'll be there. We'll grab you, grab the loot, spin you around, lead you to the house, put you to bed. And the rest you must do by yourself.
The thing is to get there.
You'll get there all right, but to return there is up to you, not to us.
What?
You must gain her for yourself tonight. Before you leave, uncover the trick to her. Show her the love you bear for her. Tell her of the good you wish her, and how without scandal she can be your friend, and with great scandal, your enemy. It's impossible that she won't agree and want this night to be the only one.
Do you believe that?
I'm certain of it. Let's not lose any more time here. Go to the house, get the potion in order, call Ciro, who will send it. I'll go to the frate, make him disguise himself, lead him here, we'll get the dottore, and we'll do what's left.
Very well. Go ahead.
Sir,
Come here.
here I am.
Go and take the silver cup that's in the cupboard in my room and bring it to me covered with a piece of cloth. And be careful that you don't spill any on the way.
I'll do it.
This fellow's been with me 10 years and has always served me faithfully. And I believe I'll find him faithful in this matter as well. And though we haven't told him the trick, he guesses at it himself, because he's a good rogue, and I can see that he's accommodating himself.
Here it is.
Ah, bring that to the dottore and tell him that this is the potion his wife must take after supper. And the sooner the supper, the better. Oh, and that afterwards, we will meet him on the street corner as arranged. Go quickly.
I'm going.
Oh, one more thing. If the dottore wants to speak with you, wait with him and come out with him. Otherwise, just come straight out to me.
Yes, sir.
Waiting for Ligurio to return with the frate. And anyone who says that waiting is a hard thing says the truth. I'm losing 10 pounds every hour thinking about where I am now, and I could be 2 hours from now, fearing that something will come up which will interfere with my design. Because if it did, this would be the last night of my life. Because I will either throw myself from those windows, or else I'll take a knife and stab myself in her doorway. I'll do something so that I won't live any longer. But do I see Ligurio? It is he. He has someone with him who seems humpbacked, lame. Oh, it's surely the frate disguised. Oh, frati! No one, and you know them all. Who's that other man coming up to them? It must be Ciro. I'll wait here and join him.
Who is that with you, Ligurio?
A good man.
Is he lame or is he pretending?
Look at something else.
Oh, he's got the face of a great rascal.
Oh, be quiet! You're ruining everything! Where is Kalimico?
I'm here. You're welcome.
Oh, Kalimico, warn this mad little Ciro. He's already said 1,000 mad things.
Ciro, come here. Tonight, you must do everything Ligurio tells you to. And when he commands you, imagine that it's me. And whatever you see or hear tonight, you must keep absolutely secret, insofar as you esteem my property, my life, my honor, and your own good.
I'll do it.
Did you give the glass to the dottore?
Yes, sir.
What did he say?
Everything will now be as arranged.
This Kalimico.
Ah, I am he. The terms between us are set. You can dispose of me and all my fortunes as your own.
I have begun to undertake a thing for you, sir, that I would not have for any other man in the world.
Oh, you won't lose your labor.
It is enough that you wish me well.
Let's leave off the ceremonies. Ciro and I will go disguise ourselves. You, Kalimico, come with us in order that you might be able to go about your business. The Ferrante will wait here and will return immediately.
Very well, let's go.
It is true what they say, that bad company leads men to the gallows. And often, people are brought to harm by being too good and too easygoing, as well as being too wicked. God knows, I didn't intend to harm anyone. I said my office. I stayed in my cell. I tended to my devout. And then this devil Ligurio happened upon me, who made me dip my finger in evil, where now my whole arm and my whole body are now, and I do not yet know where I might end up. I take comfort in knowing that this thing matters to many, and therefore many must be careful about it. But here are Ligurio and that servant returning. Welcome back.
Do we look good?
Excellent.
Well, we still need to find the dottore. Let's go towards his house. It's near 9. Let's be on our way.
Who's opened the door? Is it the servant?
No, it's he himself.
You're laughing?
Who wouldn't laugh? He's got on a short little cloak that doesn't even cover his backside. And what the devil does he have on his head? It's like one of those cannon spears. And a little sword underneath. Oh, he's grumbling, I don't know what. Let's draw aside and hear some calamity about his wife.
What a fuss this mad wife of mine has made. She sent the servant to the country and the maid to her mother's house. For this I praise her. But I certainly don't praise her that before she was willing to go to bed, she was so squeamish. What are you making me do? What shall I do? Oh, me! Mamma mia! And if her mother hadn't talked the father of a leap to her, she wouldn't have gone to bed. Plague take her. I really like to see women fussy, but not so much. She's cut off our head, the cat brain. And if someone were to say, let the wisest woman in Florence be hanged, she'd say, what have I done to you? I know that Pasquino will go into Arezzo, and after having finished this game, I'll be able to say, like Mona Ginga, from having seen with these hands, I'm still fine. Who would recognize me? I seem bigger, younger, more nimble. And there isn't a woman who would take bed money from me. But where will I find those fellows?
Good evening, Messer. Oh, don't be afraid, it's only us.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
If I hadn't recognized you right away, I'd have given you the straightest thrust I knew with this sword. You're Ligurio, you Ciro, and the other the Maestro.
Yes, Messer.
Move aside. Oh, he's well disguised. Buckle too wouldn't know him.
I've made him put 2 nuts in his mouth so he won't be recognized by voice.
You're really dumb.
Why?
Why didn't you tell me that earlier? I'd have put 2 in my mouth also. I know how important it is not to be recognized by the voice.
Take this and put it in your mouth.
What is it?
A ball of wax.
Wait, come to you, piece of a scoundrel!
I beg your pardon, I must have given you something else by mistake without realizing it.
What? What was that?
Aloes.
Damn you! Maestro, you don't say anything.
The guru has made me angry.
Oh, you disguise your voice well.
Let's not lose any more time here. I'll be the captain and get the army in order for the battle. At the right horn, Kalimico, at the left myself, and between the 2 horns will be the Notore. Cyril will be the rear guard in order to give assistance to whichever company might fall behind. The code name will be Saint Kaku.
Who is Saint Kaku?
He's the most honored saint in France. We'll set the ambush at this corner. Stand and listen, I hear a lute.
That's what it is. What do we do?
I'll send a scout ahead to discover who he is.
We'll go.
Zero, you know what you have to do. Consider, examine, return, quick, report to us.
I'm going.
I wouldn't want for us to catch a crab, an invalid, or some old man for this game to have to be played again tomorrow night.
Don't fear, Zero is a valiant man. Here he is coming back. What did you find, Zero?
He's the finest fellow you ever saw. He isn't but 25 years old, and he's come alone, in a little jacket, playing the lute.
He'll do, if you're telling the truth. But be careful, this broth could be upset all over you.
He's just what I told you.
Let's set the ambush at this corner, and at once we'll be upon him.
Come here, Maestro. You seem to be a man of wood. Here he comes.
May the devil be able to come to your bed, since I won't be able to come there.
Stand still, give that lute here!
Woo! Woe is me! What have I done? You'll see. Put a bag over his head. Gag him.
Spin him around!
Woo! Spin him another time. Again. Woo! Take him into the house.
Lucia, my head aches so it's killing me. If it is all the same to you, I will not return tomorrow morning.
Of course, Maestro. Don't return. We can make do by ourselves.
They are shut up in the house. I will go to the monastery, and you, audience, do not be mad at us, for no one will sleep here tonight. So the acts won't be interrupted by time. Ligurio and Ciro will go into the church, into the kitchen, and eat supper, for they have not had dinner today. Maestro, or Lucia, shall go from the bedroom into the hall so that the kitchen is clear. And Madonna Lucretia and Maestro Limico, they won't sleep tonight. Because I know if you were she and I were he, we would not sleep tonight.
Oh.
Oh, sweet night. Oh, holy nocturnal quiet hours. Who accompany desirous lovers, which you are, gathered so many joys where only you make souls blessed. You give just rewards to loving troops of long labors. You make all
I have not been able to close an eye tonight. So great is my desire to see how Lucia and the others have made out. In the meantime, I've done various things to keep me busy. I read a Matin. I said our life for the Holy Fathers. I went in the church and lit a lamp that had gone out. I changed the veil on a holy Madonna that works miracles. Oh, how many times I have told this frati of mine to keep her clean. Then we wonder if devotion is lacking. I remember when there were 500 images there, and today there weren't 20. This is our fault, because we do not remember how to maintain her reputation. We used to go to her in procession every night after Compline, have lauds sung to her every Saturday, encourage both men and women to make vows to her in confession. Now none of these things are done, and we marvel if devotion goes cold. Oh, how few brains these frati of mine have! But I hear great commotion coming from Massanicia's house. Oh, here they are coming out with the prisoner. They really have waited till the last drop. It is almost dawn. I will hide myself here and listen for them. You take him from this side, and I'll take him from that. And you, Ciro, you grab him from behind by the jacket.
Don't harm me!
Don't be afraid, just go away.
Let's not go any further.
Very well, let him go here. Give him 2 turns so that he won't know where he's come from. Spin him around, Ciro.
Ah!
There.
Spin him another time. Oh!
Ah! Go, rascal. On your way. If I hear you talking, I'll cut your throat.
My lord!
He's fled. Let's go get out of these togs. And we better come out early tomorrow so it doesn't seem as though we've been out tonight.
What you say is true.
You and Ciro go tell the maestro the thing has gone well.
What can we tell them? We don't know anything. You know that having arrived at the house, we went into the cellar to drink. You and your mother-in-law remained with him in hand until you called us to send him on.
What you say is true. Oh, I have fine things to tell you. My wife was in bed in the dark. Sistrata was waiting for me at the fireplace. I arrived with this young fellow, and so that nothing would be done under a hood, I brought him into a storeroom I have in the hall, where there's a lamp that throws off a bit of light in such a way that my face couldn't be seen.
Wisely done.
I made him straight, and he hesitated. I turned on him like the dog, so that it seemed to take 1,000 years for him to get out of his clothes. And he remained naked. His face is ugly. He has a big nose and a twisted mouth, but you never saw finer flesh. White, soft, smooth. And about the other things, don't ask about them.
It's just as well not to talk about them. Why did you need to see all of him?
You must be joking! After I'd gotten my hands into the dough, I had to get to the bottom of it. And I, of course, had to make sure he was healthy. If he had boils, where would I have been? Oh, you're just mouthing words.
You're right.
After having assured that he was healthy, I brought him into the bedroom and put him to bed. And I had to get a feel for how the thing was going. It's because I'm not used to being made to make fireflies from lanterns.
With how much prudence you managed this thing.
After having touched and felt everything, I locked the door and went downstairs to meet my mother-in-law who was at the fire. And there we remained talking.
What did you talk about?
Oh, about Lucrezia's stupidity and how much better it would have been if she had given in at first. And the baby, for I always seem to have the little cutie in my arms. And the 7th hour struck, and fearing the day was coming on, I called you over and we brought him out.
The thing has gone well, I see.
Where are you off?
What happened next? Did he leave easily?
Oh, no!
Oh,
I forgot to mention that.
Why did I ask?
Well, he didn't want to get up.
Oh.
Would you believe it?
Oh, I believe it.
He enjoyed the ointment.
Oh.
But anyway, we got him up, brought him down, and called you over.
Yes.
Yes. You
Yes.
know the rest.
Yes, I do.
So what are you going to do with the rest of your day?
I'm going to go change because
That's a
it's
good
broad daylight out.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I will also go into the house and
yes.
get changed and make my wife bathe. Then we'll go to the church.
Oh,
I would like you and Maestro Colinico to be there, so we can repay the frate and thank him for all that he's done for us.
very well. We'll be there.
I have heard this talk and liked it, especially seeing how stupid that Auditorium is. But since they are expecting me at home, I shall go there where my services are most profitable. But who is that coming out of Messer Klimico's house? Seems to be Klimico himself. Now, I wish to talk with them, but seeing as they are coming to find me, I shall go home for the reasons stated before.
As I told you, my Ligurio, I stayed with a troubled mind till about 3 o'clock. And though I took great pleasure in it, it didn't seem good to me. But then I made myself known to her, made her understand the love I bore for her, and how, thanks to her husband's stupidity, we could come together at any time without scandal, promising her that whatever God did otherwise with him, to take her for my wife. And besides these true reasons, having tasted what a difference there was between my lying with her and Lucia's, and between the kisses of a young lover and those of an old husband, she, after many sighs, said, "Since your astuteness, my husband's stupidity, my mother's simplicity, and my confessor's wickedness have led me to do what I myself never would have done, I'm determined to say it has come from a heavenly disposition which has so willed it, and I don't have it in me to reject what heaven wills me to accept. I therefore take you for Lord, Master, and Guide. You are my Father, my Defender, and I want you to be my every good. And what my husband wanted for one night, I want him to have always. You will, therefore, come with us to church in the morning, and afterwards go with us to dinner. You'll make yourself the familiar of my husband, and your comings and goings shall be up to you. And we'll be able to come together at any time, and without suspicion." After hearing these words, I was ready to die on account of their sweetness. I wasn't able to respond with the least part of what I would have wanted to say. And so I find myself the most happy and content man that ever was in the world. And if this happiness wouldn't end, either through death or through time, I would be more blessed than the blessed, more sainted than the saints.
I take great pleasure in everything to your benefit. What do we do now?
Let's go to the church, because I promised her I'd meet her there. And there you'll see her, her mother, and the Auditorium.
Oh, I see their door opening up. There they are. They have the Auditorium behind them.
Let's go to the church and wait for them there.
Lucrezia, I believe it is well to do things in service of God and not like a madwoman.
What is there to do now?
Look how she responds. She looks like a rooster.
Don't marvel at it. She's a bit angry.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'd say that I'd better go talk to the frate and tell him he's to meet you at the church door and have you blessed. For today it's as if you're reborn.
Why don't you go?
You're very bold this morning. Last night she seemed to have dead.
Thanks to you.
Go find the frate. But there's no need to. She's right outside the church.
What you say is true. I am coming out because Ligurio and Klimico have told me to meet them here.
Buenos dias, Padre.
Go in hell. And may God bless you with a beautiful baby boy. And he will.
Do I see Klimico and Ligurio in the church?
You do. Beckon to them. Come!
God save you.
Maestro, take the hand of my wife here.
Willingly.
Lucrezia, this is the man who will have been the cause of our having a staff to sustain our old age.
I hold him very dearly and want him to be our close friend.
Now you are blessed. And I would like him and Ligurio to dine with us tonight.
By all means.
And I would like to give them the key to the ground floor of the loggia, for them to use at their convenience, for they don't have any women at home. They live like beasts.
I accepted to use when I have the occasion.
Am I to have my alms?
You know you will, Padre. Awesome.
Is there no man who remembers Zero?
Let him ask, for what I have is his. Lucrezia, how many grossi do you have for the frate?
You didn't hear.
Let him drown!
Madonna Estrada, you seem to have put a new sprout on the old.
Yes. Who wouldn't be happy?
Let us all go into the church. We will hear this office, and then you may leave and sup as you please. You who are still waiting here, wait no longer, for the service is long, and I shall stay in the church, and they shall go home and sup by the side entrance. Farewell.